Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from Radio 1.
So welcome, guys. Thanks so much for joining us on One with Indie.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And I'm so excited to talk to you about, your newest singles and the videos that are out. But for those who haven't been introduced to the F16s before, can we have a quick round of introductions? Let's start with you, Abhinav.
Hi, my name is Abhinav, as mentioned. I'm also called BOOBY, and I play guitars in the band, TheF16s.
BOOBY. Okay. How did that come about?
It's an unfortunate nickname that has stuck and has since then been embraced. So I guess
I'm embracing BOOBY. Okay, next, Josh. Josh, where do you fit in?
I'm Josh. I play the guitars and I play the mic for the band.
Okay, you play the mic for the band. That's good.
Sorry, I don't have a fancy nickname. It's just Josh. Yeah.
It's just Josh. Just Josh. Okay, that's good. Just Josh. Moving on to
Just Josh.
Just Josh. Moving on to you, Harshan.
I'm Harshan. I play keys for the band. I also mixed the new record for the band.
Okay, well done. And we got Sashank.
Hi, I'm Sashank. I play bass and occasionally run out of, toilet paper for the band in some way.
All right. Now, so you're really short on toilet paper, Sashank, and you wake up late in the mornings, and you're a surfy dude. Okay, all right.
My life is a mess.
Perfect.
Your life is pretty good, actually. Running, out of toilet paper, I guess, is the on-trend thing.
It's more hygienic in a way. Yeah, and it is more hygienic. Screw toilet paper.
Yeah, I know. And worst case scenario, you can always, take a dip into the ocean and sort that bit out. All right. I don't know where this conversation is going. Let's get to the music, guys. Firstly, we got two things out. We got I'm on Holiday. We got Easy Bake, Easy Wake. Both of them setting us up for your upcoming EP. So let's talk a little bit about that. Who's going to take this?
We have so far we have 2 songs out from a 5-song record. I'm on Holiday was directed by Shank, who woke me up that day at 4:30 a.m. surprisingly to go for a shoot. Directed by Shank, mixed and produced by Harshu, written and composed by all 4 of us. So the music video for that is out, and then our second single, Easy Bake, Easy Wake, is directed by a friend of ours from Bangalore called Lendrick Kumar, where we wore golden onesies and ran after an egg. The end.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to pick up on that golden onesies and running after the egg. I mean, that in itself, to my Radio 1 listener who's checked in today, check out the MV, check out the music video. It is insane. Let's talk about the title, though, of the EP. Is it time to eat the rich? Correct?
Yeah. Is it time to eat the rich?
Yeah. Not sure if the rich would be very tasty, though. So how did you guys, get that title together? Is it time to eat the rich?
I guess the title came about. The title is attributed to a quote by Rousseau, I think, and about eating the rich. And of course, I mean, the phrase itself has existed before. But I guess it was conceptualized during the height of Pandemic 1 or Lockdown 1.0. So at that time, we had sort of made this, just prior to the lockdown being announced, we had sort of made this pact to get together, stay together for a bit, finish the album, finish recording stuff. Because it had already been, we had kind of started. We just hadn't named stuff yet. We just started recording things. And I guess the first couple of weeks, people were doing their own thing, and you would see things about everyone adjusting to lockdown with making banana bread and whatnot and all that sort of stuff. And that it didn't take long for that stuff to melt away and for us to be left with just everyday horrors. As you look up stuff, as you look through things online, there were just things that were getting worse and worse. Inequalities that already existed that we were aware of just got insanely worse. And it was kind of because you were looking through it on your phone, it was almost like your eyes are slowly being pried open and you're just kind of seeing the stuff.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing we wanted to do with the album. So we're not a political band by any stretch of the imagination. And but this was something that we felt that we had to acknowledge, at least, if nothing else. And inequalities within society, the rich getting richer. And this is again not a slight against, someone who can afford a car or someone who can afford, I don't know, domestic help and stuff like that. This is not you. If you have like disposable income, by all means, but we're obviously talking about the very, very obviously wealthy and the very, very obviously, and the ones who are very obviously in power to make themselves richer and more wealthy.
Right.
So it's a shot at them. It is an eye opener for everyone else. It is, it's kind of that. That's kind of why we named the title as such. And the content on the album as well, on the EP, including the songs that we just released and the stuff that's about to come, all have shades of the same thing. All have shades of the same thing.
Yeah. So, while the content and the lyrics point to, a little bit more kind of eclectic and intelligent kind of bent of mind, I would say. But the videos are something else altogether. But firstly, I have to ask, in the age of 2-minute songs and 30-second, TikTok teasers, you've got this 5-minute and 5-second song, Easy Bake, Easy Wake. A little bit about that. And I'm talking about the video, first of all. It took me places that I've never been before. You've got you guys in golden onesies. Someone's laying an egg. Someone's playing rugby with an egg. Then there's some psychedelic stuff happening. Then you guys are in an inflatable swimming pool. Then you're throwing up flower petals. All of that. Can someone explain it to me? Can we ask Shank to do it? Shank the surfer.
Sure. I think the idea of the song being 5 minutes was not intentional. I think the song kind of took a flow of its own. We did spend a lot of time kind of reconstructing the structure of the song just to have a better flow and have, tension and release of sort through the thing. Like a lot of parts had changed in the last moment. And the video was primarily to kind of take the edge off of the 5 minutes in a way, had a little bit of humor, have a little bit of an undertone about what it is that we're trying to chase. And, kind of leave it ambiguous as well, so that people can relate to the golden egg in their own lives. They could relate to, this thirst for something that they chase for. Why would you run over your own friends or like fight within your own communities? So just kind of touching upon small things that we could possibly open up for people, like and raise this question mark a little higher. All the inequalities and everything that we spoke about, it kind of became difficult for us to ignore these things, even though we lived in, sort of comfortable lives. It kind of became quite obvious that we had to do something, but at the same time, we wanted people to feel better when they listen to the song. So, even though we're writing about these things, we wrote about it in a dancey way. The music was made in a humorous way. So that at the end of the day, anybody who watches it still feels good and has something positive to take back from it. And we just sat down with Lendrick and Josh and all of us in our living room one morning, and we were just throwing ideas into a hat. And, it started off with just being a chase through the woods. And then we broke down on, what are we chasing? Or what if we, put an egg? And then what if one of us laid the egg? Or what if, so it kind of like spiraled into this brainstorming session that quite fruitfully blossomed, I think, in the end. We did have a couple of different ideas, which I'm glad we scrapped. There were a bunch of ideas of us like going to be riding ladybird cycles in the woods. Then there's a bunch of different ones that we eventually decided not to go with. But I'm glad it kind of turned out into a not so boring 5-minute video, because it is difficult to make videos for 5 minutes, if not just write songs for 5 minutes.
I would think so. I mean, my takeaway line was she effed me like the government and played me like the violin. Despite the swear words, I mean, that line was like pinballing in my head for the longest. So, who comes up with these killer lines? Harshan?
No, definitely not. It's the mic of the band. It's Joshua who comes up with all the words. He's the wordsmith.
Guilty here.
Okay, very cool, guys. So as a collective, do you like have nicknames? Oh, hang on, we've already gone through that, haven't we? Nicknames for each other. We've got Booby, we've got Just Josh, we got Shank, and we got Harshu. Okay, so I'm sorted.
Yeah.
Let's move on. These new songs have come out of the pandemic, like you mentioned. A little bit about how you guys sort of kept those juices flowing, because it's been really, really tough for all the bands that I talked to, the individual artists trying to cope during this pandemic. So a little bit about how you guys sort of kept it together.
So we kind of, I think, ended up staying together when the pandemic hit. We knew, actually, we didn't know how long it was going to be, but it seemed like at least the next 3 to 4 months nothing was going to happen. So we thought of just staying together, keep it going, keep making music, because we can't do anything else. So might as well take this time to write the new album. So we all stayed at Josh and Shank's place. I got on my gear from my studio to their house, and we set it up, and we just wrote music every day. Some days it would just be Booby like playing his guitar. Sometimes Josh's is on it. So we took our turns, like going in and doing our parts.
Yeah.
But we just stayed at it, and I'm glad we did. So the music could come out at this time.
Yeah, well, here you are. Moving ahead, it looks like things are opening up, fingers crossed. So if you guys have to, do your opening gig, have you visualized it, where it's going to be, what it's going to be about? Have you thought about it? Have you thought things through, or you're just going to sort of wing it and see what happens?
We have a few ideas. In terms of, you're talking about a live show, right?
Yeah.
We have a few ideas. So one of our first pictures was all of us in aprons. So we were thinking maybe, rent out bodybuilders, huge, big, buff dudes in aprons walking around with hard-boiled eggs just for our audience. Or I don't know. We have a lot of ideas yet that we're trying to brainstorm right now into how we're going to pull off a good live show. But apart from like the antics, music is definitely going to be the icing on the cake, I feel.
Yeah.
Usual.
Yeah. Love your mind, Just Josh.
You can call me J-Babe.
J-Babe, why not?
Yeah.
J-Babe, love that.
And Harshu, you can call him Henny. So we all have proper nicknames.
Henny?
Henny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we are learning stuff. There's Booby, there's J-Babe, there's Shanky, and there's Henny.
Perfect.
All right. Okay, so seeing as you guys spend so much of time sort of together during the pandemic and stuff, let's figure out the whole dynamics between all of you. Who is, clean jocks and dirty socks and stuff. Who is particular about that amongst the four of you?
Shank, I would feel. Shank and
I think I'm very particular about keeping clean.
Right. Never mind if you don't have any. Never mind if you don't have toilet paper. Okay. Who has the best bedroom habits? Be honest. Who has the best bedroom habits?
Oh, like what kind of habits? Like
keeping it clean.
Like light incense before bed with essential oils sort of habits.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
I think Harshu would take that. He gets into bed by like 8, reads about for half an hour.
Not 8. That's crazy.
Drinks a couple of green teas.
Oh, one of those. Okay. Spotify is showing you guys a lot of love, and it's millions. Are you amazed by that? Or like, hey, listen, we're good. We've done the work and we're happy with what we're getting in response. Abhinav?
I think initially, yeah. I think it happened first with Moonchild, which came from our previous album. And when that sort of took off, yeah, we were obviously pleasantly surprised because it was from an album with no singles, and like we didn't have singles. We just released an album straight, and this song sort of picked up on its own, which was surprising to us. And yeah, it felt good. But after that, since we put out more material, Weekend Friends on its own strength sort of did well, and we were kind of we were confident enough in the songs for it not to be as surprising, I guess. Not to sound, I don't know what it sounds like, but I think we did well. I think we did well, and we put in the work, and we were not very surprised. With this, the new one, we're hoping, obviously the thing is to make a gradient upwards, right? To kind of move upwards. So we're just hoping that it does what we intend to do. And if the numbers show it, then why not? that would be cool. Yeah.
Well, that's great. The reason why I'm muting and unmuting is someone's redecorating on top. So I'm getting a lot of knocks. Finally, let's move into your song. Now, I've picked I'm on Holiday because it's 3 minutes and 30. It fits into our radio format. That's why. But I'm going to hand it over to you guys. Please introduce the song. I'd ask you to explain the video to us because it's got all of you in, oh shit. Are you catching that?
No, not really.
No, not really.
You're not? Okay. It's got all of you wearing kind of, aprons and nothing else. And there's girls sitting in the middle of a pool of water. It's bizarre, but it's fantastic. Escapism in times such as these. But let's start with the song. Can you introduce the song to us?
Hey everybody, we're the F16s. The song is called I'm on Holiday. Sit back, enjoy, and relax. Mwah.
I like that. I like that. Hey guys, it's been awesome connecting with you. Thank you so much for joining us on One with Indie. We love your stuff. I can't wait for the EP to drop, and hopefully we'll connect with you real soon.
Thanks so much for having us, Erica.
Thank you, Erica.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on more content.